Good evening, I'm Bo Williams and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And topping the list for us tonight, Shannon Walker, the man accused of killing Ben Kredich, the son of UT's swimming and diving director, in court today for his arraignment. Now, Walker was indicted earlier this year on 12 charges, including vehicular homicide, driving under the influence, and reckless endangerment. The family of the victim were also in attendance. Last August, Walker crossed several lanes of traffic on Kingston Pike, hitting Ben and putting several others in danger. Now, prior to the crash, we learned Walker was reportedly taken to a nearby hospital after receiving Narcan. Now the Kredich family is hoping to bring something positive out of this tragedy by introducing the Ben Kredich Act to prevent people administered with something like Narcan from getting behind the wheel.
That provides a lot of awareness about one's state after receiving an opioid antagonist like Narcan, and we just want to do everything we can to make sure that people are knowledgeable. It will hopefully prevent something like this happening.
The bill is now awaiting the governor's signature. It was sent to his desk earlier today. Next on our list for us tonight, during a special called Board of Education meeting, the decision to remove 2 Clinton High School employees was unanimous. This comes after Anderson County Schools investigated 2 teachers and the principal for manipulating grades. As we reported last month, Principal Daniel Jenkins was suspended along with a teacher, but Jenkins ended up resigning. Now 2 teachers are in the spotlight. Rachel Jones, who taught at Clinton for more than 10 years, and Clay Turpin, who worked at the school for about 3 years. Jones and Turpin were fired for unprofessional conduct, insubordination, and neglect of duty. In January of last year, a school counselor reportedly asked Rachel Jones to enroll a student in virtual courses. Data showed that the student had completed 5 courses in 8 days. Jones said in an interview that the now former principal wanted her to change grades to get the student out of the school. Several students were shown as being on track to graduate, even though they were missing important course requirements. The administration also believes some students who graduated last year never took end-of-the-year testing. Now, Jones also stated she changed other grades, quote, here and there to improve Clinton's graduation rate at the call of Principal Jenkins. Clay Turpin said in his interview that he taught credit recovery but was not trained. An online data report showed Turpin had changed over 1,000 grades within 4 months, saying the school counselor advised him to do it. Turpin said he was told that his role was to get the students done as soon as possible and get them out of school, which could be done if students had above 60% in the class. Now, he went on to say that other teachers and administrators knew what was going on and were changing grades as well. It was Turpin's impression that the former principal wanted to get the, quote, bad kids out of school. Next on our Big 7 list, the city of Knoxville trying to take steps to make parking and mobility in the downtown area better. Part of that plan is looking for areas where additional parking can be placed. Now, Walker Consultants, a group hired by the city, just released its comprehensive study that lasted 4 months in 2023. The newly released report shows that in the downtown area, there are more than 9,700 parking spaces in the city. Of those spots, 94% exist in off-street parking areas like parking garages or surface lots. The report added several strengths for the city, like its walkability, the use of stop and go spaces, and parking that can be shared with multiple businesses. Mayor India Kincannon says it could, though, take some time before changes are actually made.
We want to be slow and steady and considered in our approaches. We don't want to be hasty, but we also know that our city is growing. We have a lot of activity, particularly in the study area downtown.
The report went on to say there is enough parking for today's needs and for future development. It added the city can improve the experience for visitors downtown. The report listed the Dwight Kessel Garage as one parking area that has availability nearly all the time. Next on the 7, fallen law enforcement officers being honored across the country today as part of National Police Week. In Blount County, the memorial comes on the heels of Deputy Greg McCowan's death in the line of duty back in February. Sheriff James Barong retired McCowan's badge at the ceremony today. It's the first badge retirement in the department's history. Maryville's police department hosted the event, which honored 10 fallen officers, including McCowan and one of their own, Kenny Moats. Police Chief Tony Crisp says it's important to keep alive the memories of all those who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
While that has some time to it, You know, they were serving this community, and they helped make this community what it is today, that we can enjoy and live in. They made it a safer place to live and to work and to raise your families, their efforts. And so for that, we shall never forget that sacrifice they made.
Oates' son Cameron recently became a Maryville police officer himself and had the opportunity to read his dad's name at today's ceremony. Oak Ridge Police Department showing its respect for National Police Week. The department held a Peace Officers Memorial Day ceremony this morning. The heartfelt ceremony included the playing of taps and a 21-gun salute.
Ready, hang, fire. Ready, hang, fire.
We caught up with Oak Ridge Chief of Police Charles Smith on what this week really means to members of law enforcement.
It's an opportunity for us to recognize the people who have come before us and the people who we survive, the ones that we're able to every day go out and we're able to do things because they're no longer here. So we represent them and the things that they can't do anymore.
The keynote speaker for today's event was the Oak Ridge City Manager. Next on our Big 7 at 7 list, we head to UT. More changes on the Knoxville campus after standing for nearly 60 years as a dorm and later in office space. Dunford Hall is no more. This week, crews have been working to demolish the building built back in 1963. Turns out the university is clearing the space for the new Haslam College of Business building. The UT Board of Trustees approved this project back in 2022 as an expansion of the current College of Business that sits right across Volunteer Boulevard from the old Dunford Hall. Take a look at some of these renderings for a moment. We're told the $227 million facility will be fairly large, approximately 300,000 square feet, to accommodate for record enrollment growth in the college. There will be 32 state-of-the-art classrooms and additional office space. Plus, we're told 14,000 square feet of space will be allocated to research, behavioral and social sciences, and design thinking labs. We're told the new building is expected to be completed for the fall of 2027. Next on our Big 7 at 7 list for you, Tennessee Higher Education Commission has now extended its Tennessee Promise application deadline because of FAFSA issues. FAFSA is the application, obviously, for federal student aid. The deadline is now being extended to Friday, May 31st. That's an extra 2 weeks. The new deadline provides high school seniors and families additional time to complete the FAFSA and remain eligible for the tuition-free higher education program. Tennessee Promise offers seniors the opportunity to earn a technical certificate or associate degree that's 2 years tuition free. The new FAFSA application has been challenging for students and families, as we've been telling you. Governor Lee said the state has an unwavering commitment to providing educational pathways to students. So again, the new deadline is May 31st.